Statements made during this broadcast regarding products or the claims made about specific products have not been evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Products and treatments discussed are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Make your physician aware of all nutritional supplements used and immediately notify your physician if you have any health concern or undiagnosed sign or symptom.
Get ready to get healthy. Get ready to get fit. Get ready to take charge of your health. Get ready to listen, learn, and live healthier, because your health is your wealth. It's time for some information and inspiration. It's time to talk about health and nutrition. Nutrition for your body, for your mind, for your spirit. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition. Proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, supplementation for when you don't. Let's Talk Nutrition. Scientists, authors, nutrition specialists, personal trainers, holistic healers, experts in traditional, natural, and integrative medicine. Daily prizes and giveaways. Follow Dr. Garko on Twitter at Dr. Garko and on Facebook at facebook.com/Dr. Michael Garko. Now, welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition.
It's great to be with you. Thanks for stopping by today. Hope you're having a good start to your day. As always, we always wish that for you, and that, taking charge of your health. Yeah, it's a big time effort, no doubt. Well, do what you can do, and then we'll try to help with the rest, give you some ideas, and we'll see where it goes. We're here. The show is syndicated. Just want you to know that, for those of you who are new to Let's Talk Nutrition. So it does play at different times at, different times in different markets. So check your local listings. And you're always welcome to call the show, of course. And the number is 877-897-8255. 877-897-TALK. And this is a very listener-oriented show by definition. I mean, it is radio. And you can also watch the show at letstalknutrition.com. And as I said, the show is syndicated across the U.S., and we are now in Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin. WFHR. WFHR in Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. It's great to be with you, and we're really grateful that we're able to come into your neck of the woods and share with you our perspective on health, wellness, and well-being with guests from literally all over the planet, all over the world, with different kinds of expertise. And it's an evidence-based show, as you'll come to know. It's not just people coming on here and popping off opinions, including me. Show me the data is my mantra. Where's the evidence? And that's always better, right? Especially when we're talking about our health. There are all kinds of opinions flying around out there. Just go onto the internet, and my goodness, all the stuff that's there, and much of it can be misinforming, mythical in its nature, and sometimes makes absolutely no sense. We try to wade through all of that and talk about health, wellness, and well-being with scientific sense, common sense, and with your sense of well-being in mind. So, WFHR, Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin. We're in the Northeast, the South, Midwest, West. So we're doing okay. One show at a time, one affiliate at a time, one guest at a time. That's how I do it. I don't know any other way to do it. I got to focus on today. And we have a lot to talk about today. The general theme, when my guest comes on, it will be Tracy Kreider from Country Life. I thought about this, and the theme is going to be the use and abuse of protein. The use and abuse of protein. This implicates everybody listening. Protein is one of the 3 macronutrients. There are only 3. Protein, carbohydrate, and fat. That's it. But all the confusion that's created with just 3 things is remarkable. Just remarkable. It's a good thing I always say there's a good thing there's just 3 macronutrients. If there were 6, oh my goodness, we're in a lot of trouble now. We can't figure it out. At least sometimes. So we're going to talk about the use and abuse of protein. Very important macronutrient. Protein serves many purposes. And the benefits gleaned from protein are, there are many. But all that being said, this is, too much of a good thing can be not so good, as we experience in our life, right? Too much of a good thing, yes. And speaking of too much of a good thing, there's something that we need to do every day. We evolved to do it, and if you don't do it, you undermine your health, and you do it typically at night. Fill in the blank. And that is sleep. My producers are looking at me like, is he going to drop some, no, we don't do that around here. It's sleep. And I've done any number of shows on sleep and the importance of sleep. Turns out that too much of a good thing can not be so good for you. And I've talked about that. How much sleep do you really need, and how much is not enough? And I know there are a lot of people that walk around saying, I only need 3 hours of sleep. Well, okay, good for you. I don't know how you're doing it, and I don't know why you may be different for whatever reason or reasons, but we evolved. It's biology. I'm sorry. It's biology. We need to sleep. Not enough, bad news. Too much, bad news. This study comes out of the University of Cambridge. And typically, we've been told throughout our life, try to get 8 hours of sleep. I've always asked, how did we come up with that number? And there are some parameters as to how much is too much and how much is not enough. But 8 hours seems to be optimal. And the researchers at the University of Cambridge, pretty prestigious university, I should say, found that people who sleep more than 8 hours a day, they run a risk for suffering from and you're not going to believe this, a stroke. What? And the risk, that's the bad news. And the worst news is the risk tends to double for older people who persistently sleep longer than average. The researchers from Cambridge say that at the Cambridge University, researchers say that it's unclear as to why this particular correlation exists, and they want to explore this a little further. Now, there are more studies on sleep than I have sense. We know a lot about sleep. My general take on it is that if you don't get enough, your immune system gets compromised. I think you accelerate the aging process. You promote, and it's not just my opinion, the research supports this. You run the risk for overweight and obesity. You run the risk for higher inflammation. The body just doesn't have a chance to heal and repair, and for the immune system to gather itself, if you will, and stay homeostatic and do what it's got to do even while you're sleeping. And then when you get up and come in contact, like during cold and flu season, with all those little varmints, those microbes that get you sick. Previous studies, there's many of them, have shown this correlation between sleep, not many in terms of risk. There have been a few with risk, the correlation between insufficient sleep and a risk of stroke. But this study, published in the journal Neurology, the researchers claim it's the first to provide detailed information about what's going on in Britain. Well, people in Britain aren't, they may have a dialect. They still speak English, but they're all not genetically different from us. I don't think. And so this is an interesting study. They followed, in this study, the big sample, there was just under 10,000 people. They were 42 to 81 years of age. And the data came from what they call the EPIC study. This is a big study. The EPIC means the European Prospective Investigation into Cancer. So they collect a lot of data in these kinds of big studies, and then they start to partition it out and look at other health issues. So get 8, and you'll feel great. Be back. Hi, this is Dr. Michael Garko. Did you know that over 20 million people in the United States suffer from some form of joint pain? If you have joint or muscle pain, Flexin can help. Good joints are an essential part of everyday life, and the lack of healthy joints can prevent you from enjoying daily activities and rob you of a better quality of life. Flexin is specially formulated with CM8 to provide the pain relief and support your joints need. Flexin CM8 is designed to lubricate your joints and muscles while reducing inflammation and supporting stronger cartilage. Flexin isn't just another glucosamine supplement, it's much more. Its extraordinary formula is composed of powerful ingredients and a special blend of enzymes that make digestion and absorption fast and easy, with results in as little as 1 week. So if you want to enjoy everyday activities again and improve your quality of life, look no further than Flexin. For more information, call 1-800-NPAIN. That's 1-800-NPAIN, or visit your local fine health food store and pick up a bottle of Flexin today.
Feel tired, lethargic, or irritable? Take solace. You're one of millions of Americans that has trouble falling asleep or staying asleep. In fact, according to a national survey, 54% of adults have trouble sleeping. So what can you do about it? Take Solace. Solace is an all-natural dietary supplement formulated to support healthy sleep and relaxation. Solace can help you fall asleep and stay asleep naturally. Formulated with all-natural ingredients, Solace is non-addictive and won't leave you feeling groggy in the morning. Take Solace an hour before bed and feel the calming effects of this extensively researched sleep and relaxation aid. For more information on Solace, call toll-free 877-533-7066 or visit TakeSolace.com. That's 877-533-7066 or take SOLUS.com. Look for Solace in your local health and nutrition store. Solace, for a good night's rest naturally.
Did you know that when it comes to supporting whole body health, there's an herbal supplement that may be as important as your daily multivitamin? Discover Zyflamend Whole Body from New Chapter. Formulated to support a whole body, healthy inflammation response, an ongoing natural process and part of the body doing its job. We often think of the inflammation response as something we can feel, such as where there are sensitive nerve endings. But did you know that we can also have an inflammation response we can't feel? And whether we are aware of it or not, our inflammation response can affect the whole body. Zyflamend is a patented blend of 10 remarkable herbs, including pure and potent turmeric, that help balance and support your body's natural, healthy inflammation response for overall health and wellness. And it's clinically tested. Discover the premier herbal supplement for whole body health from New Chapter, Zyflamend Whole Body. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Available at your local fine health food store.
When you're passionate about your health, that passion leads to the knowledge that exercise and a healthy diet are not always enough. Sometimes you need the extra nutritional boost that only supplements can provide. If you are looking for the leading national brands of vitamins, supplements, health and beauty, weight loss, or sports nutrition products, look no further than Vitamin Discount Center. Voted best independent chain by Vitamin Retailer Magazine, Vitamin Discount Center has been a trusted and valuable nutrition resource to the Tampa Bay area for over 15 years. With daily savings up to 50%, Vitamin Discount Center offers the best prices on the highest quality nutritional supplements. Not only will you find unbeatable value, your visit includes access to a staff educated on the application of products to help equip you with the products and information you need to proactively improve your health. To locate the store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com, as well as access to articles on popular health topics, promotions, events, and thousands of products to shop from right at home. Your search for an affordable solution to better health is finally over. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Now Foods. Our products work. Garden of Life, empowering extraordinary health. Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. Now introducing Zinnia for healthy hair, skin, and nails. Flexin, the joint health experts. Nordic Naturals, pure and great tasting omega oils. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Well, too much of a good thing can be a bad thing. And what I'm talking about is sleep. Sleeping more than 8 hours, apparently, you run the risk for stroke. If you're watching the show at letstalknutrition.com, you'll see the University of Cambridge website up and the press release that they issued. Sleeping over 8 hours a day associated with greater risk of stroke is the headline, and you see this lady nodded off. Sleeping away, and you need 8. You need 8. And in this study, I was looking to see, they were talking about, they're not sure why there's this link between less sleep and stroke. But we know that a lack of sleep is linked with disrupted metabolism and raises levels of stress hormone called cortisol, which does what? Raise inflammation. So I know that there are many people out there listening who have sleep issues, insomnia or a sleep disorder of one sort or another. So, and it can just ruin quality of life. So, and you hear, if you go to my website too, you look under show schedule, that link, and then on demand, if you scroll down, you can listen on demand to all the different shows that I have done on sleep. By the way, they said that people who slept less than 6 hours a day were at an 18% increased risk. So not getting enough also puts you at risk. A couple more things I want to share with you before my guest comes on, Tracy Kreider. 877-897-8255. 877-897-TALK. This comes out of Georgia State University. And one of the consequences of eating processed foods is that you have a lot of different additives. Sometimes you can't even pronounce them, right? A good rule of thumb, if you can't pronounce it, don't put it in your mouth. Right? Or who was it? I forget who it was that said, if it tastes too good, spit it out. Who was that? Famous quote. I can't think of his name. I don't know. Maybe it'll come to me. Nevertheless, if you know from your experience reading labels, sometimes you'll see the word emulsifier or emulsifiers and then some name. Well, emulsifiers that are added to most processed foods, why do they do that? Well, they give texture to the food and they give longevity to the food, the shelf life. The longer it stays on the shelf, the greater the odds for selling it, and then they make money. Turns out that these emulsifiers turn your gut microbiota upside down, the composition and the localization, to induce intestinal inflammation that promotes the development of inflammatory bowel disease and metabolic syndrome. Who knew? And again, if you're watching, you'll see the press release. Headline, widely used food additives promotes colitis, obesity, and metabolic syndrome, shows study of emulsifiers. Study appeared in Nature, comes out of Georgia State University, Institute for Biomedical Sciences. Now, you heard me use that phrase, gut microbiota. What is that? This is a population, and you have it, of diverse bacteria to the tune of about, 100 trillion. And they live in your intestinal tract. This is part of evolution. They came along as we came along. And we've developed this relationship with these microbes. There's a constant battle going on in your gut between pathogenic bacteria and your healthy bacteria, your gut microbiota. And apparently these emulsifiers have a deleterious effect on the gut microbiota in the sense that they alter them in a manner that will inspire or otherwise promote inflammation. That's the last thing you need. I find it curious that in modern life, we now hear all kinds of stories and studies about people with gastrointestinal issues. As the diet has gotten worse, as the diet has become more processed, as our daily diet has become unbalanced, so too has been the rise, in my opinion, of these gastrointestinal diseases and disorders. This is not a mystery. One of the researchers in the study said, quote, food interacts intimately with microbiota, so we considered what modern additions to the food supply might possibly make gut bacteria more pro-inflammatory, end quote. I'm just saying. Yet another reason why, and typically, but not all the time, if it comes in a box, can, package, container, or something such as that, with all kinds of words you can't pronounce, you probably don't want to eat that. Most likely. I'm just saying, please consider it. All these interesting nuances, the things that we don't realize. As I keep saying, food is not just food. There's good food, there's bad food. There's food that helps, there's food that hurts our health. The use and abuse of protein. Oh boy, we'll be back.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Renew Life, the digestive care company, Yerba Prima, pioneers in internal cleansing, Greens Plus, superfood for super health, Medi-C Plus, for heart health and more. New Chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. Great to be with you. And we had a caller yesterday, and she called today, but she keeps dropping out. What was her name? Marlene? From Lansdale. And she was asking about a cyto test. I don't know what she means by that. If she means cytotoxic, then I can talk about that. Do you think that's what she meant?
Yeah, that was the only thing I could find that was, health or nutrition related with that, a Google search. So,
okay,
I don't think it would hurt to cover it since, I kind of covered that yesterday talking about, toxins.
Okay, good. It's called the cytotoxic test or cytotoxic testing. Well, I don't know if Marlene is thinking about having that test done or what. I'm not sure if that's, in fact, if that's what she's referring to. But if she's referring to cytotoxic testing, it's also called Bryan's test or the metabolic intolerance test. It's for food intolerance. In some circles, it's been dismissed as quackery. In fact, on quackwatch.org, a Dr. Stephen Barrett comments on his article reads, "Stay away from cytotoxic testing." This particular test became very popular, I believe, back in the 80s, and it was performed to do different things, to see if people had these intolerances for food that would cause acne, anxiety, arthritis, asthma, baldness, bedwetting, conjunctivitis. It goes on and on. Dr. Barrett mentions in his article giving him attribution. They take about 10 cubic centimeters of your blood, they put it in a test tube, then they centrifuge it, separate out the white cells, the leukocytes. Dr. Barrett comments that the American Academy of Allergy, Asthma, and Immunology, which is the nation's largest group of allergists, has concluded that cytotoxic testing is, he says, ineffective for diagnosing food or inhaled allergies, and talks about that. In the mid-1980s, apparently Dr. Barrett did some research, and he found out that investigators from the FDA and New York Health Department mailed 2 blood samples to biohealth centers. The first specimen was from a physician who had no allergies or health problems. The second specimen of blood was from a cow. In both cases, the lab reported allergies to a large number of foods. The poor cow. In 1985, the Attorney General of New York and the Attorneys General of New York and California, Dr. Barrett comments in the article, subsequently obtained restraining orders against this lab, biohealth centers. So I don't know. I've never had that test. But according to quackwatch.org, probably, you should, I guess, think of something else. Go to your allergist and talk to your allergist. Your allergist, I'm sure, will find ways to test for it. They have all kinds of ways now that are legitimate and scientifically based and safe and effective to test for allergies. One more thing I want to tell you before I turn our attention to Tracy Kreider, and I want to give her my undivided attention. There's a study that came out yesterday morning from the Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory. If you go to my Facebook page at facebook.com/Let's Talk Nutrition, the studies that I report on are typically there with the link. This study, I think it's an important study and what I'm showing on the screen right now is the press release from Berkeley Lab. Headline: First direct observation of carbon dioxide's increasing greenhouse effect at the Earth's surface. Up until this point, it's been theoretical in nature, this argument, and the hypothesis has been that carbon dioxide is contributing to, at least that's what they mention here. Carbon dioxide's increasing capacity to absorb thermal radiation emitted from the Earth's surface over an 11-year period at 2 locations is what the study involved. And now these scientists have now they have some empirical evidence to show or suggest that there's an increase in carbon dioxide's greenhouse effect at the Earth's surface. This is important because you don't just want to have an opinion. You want, as I said, what are the data? What are the data? The influence of atmospheric carbon dioxide on the balance between incoming energy from the sun and outgoing heat from the earth, this is very well established in the world of science. It's a homeostatic condition. You want it to be in homeostasis. But that effect has not been experimentally confirmed. This is the first time outside the laboratory until now. The research is published in the journal called Nature. The results agree with theoretical predictions, they say in the press release, of the greenhouse effect due to human activity. The researchers also provide further information, they said, that the calculations used in today's climate models are on track when it comes to representing the impact of carbon dioxide, end quote. Now, this whole issue of climate change inspires a lot of debate, controversy, disagreement, people wearing aluminum foil on their head, hats, and all kinds of accusations of conspiracies, crazy stuff. Whatever the politics of it may be, there's one thing that's very clear to me in my own independent review of the literature. Something is going on with the planet. I don't know if it's the mice. I don't know if it's the humans. I don't know if it's just a natural consequence of nature. But I do know also, the second thing that's clear to me, the use of fossil fuels is risky business to the extent that we keep using them. You and I will long be gone. I'm reminded of the movie Blade Runner. If you know what I'm talking about, if you recall, in Blade Runner, what is the environment? No sun, raining all the time, dark. Again, you and I will probably gone. And by the way, I don't worry about the planet. The planet will survive our insults. It is us that I worry about as a species. This rock that we live on, right now, there are no shuttles between here and other places to go. I'm just saying, be mindful. This is where we live. We need to take better care of it. I'll be back with Tracy Kreider.
Still looking for your fountain of youth? It's Xenia. Look no further than the beauty aisle of your favorite health and nutrition store. Xenia is the newest product from Form Essentials, the brand that brought you solace. So you know it's filled with the highest quality ingredients. Many cosmetic products only treat topically, while Xenia addresses aging and hair loss from within. Formulated to support the growth of radiant hair, skin, and nails, Xenia is sure to help you turn back the hands of time and assist you in aging gracefully. Xenia provides a spectrum of key vitamins and other evidence-based natural ingredients such as alpha-lipoic acid, biotin, collagen, and elastin peptides, all combined in one capsule for your convenience. By promoting beauty from the inside out, you are strengthening your cells and creating a lasting enhancement to your natural beauty. Xenia fits into your daily routine and can be taken to boost your current cosmetic products. Available now at leading health and nutrition stores. Ask for Xenia by name. Start taking Xenia hair, skin, and nails today and get ready to look amazing.
Exclusively from Natural Factors.
I'm Dr. Michael Murray. I'm very excited to have the opportunity to talk with you about PGX, a truly revolutionary natural product that works perfectly to help get at the core issues that make weight loss so difficult. PGX is a clinically proven way to help people to achieve their ideal body weight that is safe and natural. PGX leads to a dramatic reduction in the glycemic index of any food or meal. It also ultimately causes the release of compounds that achieve two important goals in weight loss. One, telling your brain that you're satisfied so you eat less, and two, improving the action of the hormone insulin. If you've ever tried to lose weight and failed, it's not your fault. You just need the tremendous support that PGX can provide. For more information on making your weight loss dream a near effortless reality, please go to pgx.com.
Coenzyme Q10 is a powerful antioxidant nutrient. It protects against free radical damage, supports heart function, energy production, and immune response. Aging reduces our ability to absorb CoQ10 from our diet, so supplementing with a highly absorbable form of CoQ10 is the first step to ensuring optimal levels in the body. Secondly, typical CoQ10 supplements are in a ubiquinone or non-reduced form. For the body to use that type of CoQ10, it must first convert it to ubiquinol or the reduced form. QH Absorb is Jarrow Formula's highly absorbable and bioavailable CoQ10 supplement. Not only is QH Absorb more absorbable than traditional CoQ10 supplements, but as ubiquinol, it's already in a reduced bioavailable form. Your body can use QH Absorb without having to do any conversion work. Ask specifically for Jarrow Formula's QH Absorb at your favorite vitamin retailer. For more information on QH Absorb, go to jarrow.com. That's JARROW for the best and highly absorbable, bioavailable CoQ10 supplements.
Are you waking up each day to the life you have to live or to the life you want to live? Better health shouldn't be left to chance. Smart choices to living longer and stronger include making Kyolic aged garlic extract a part of your daily routine. For years, medical researchers have recommended adding Kyolic to the diet as a powerful tool to enhancing overall heart and immune health. Recent clinical studies at UCLA Medical Center using Kyolic suggest that garlic may slow plaque formation in the arteries and support healthy cholesterol and homocysteine levels. Previous research also shows Kyolic may enhance your immune system defenses. Kyolic is organic, odorless, and the only antioxidant garlic supplement available worldwide. Maintaining a healthier you could extend your life. Your wellness begins with Kyolic aged garlic extract, available everywhere fine nutritional supplements are sold. Visit kyolic.com, that's KYOLIC.com, or call 1-800-421-2998 for a free sample today.
The ever-increasing stress and toxicity we are exposed to from our environment, diets, and lifestyles make internal cleansing a necessary part of a good health regimen. Founded in 1980, Yerba Prima was the first company to launch a whole-body internal cleansing kit. Since that time, they have continued to develop and manufacture a complete range of all-natural, high-quality fiber and internal cleansing products. By using all-natural psyllium fiber and no harmful stimulant laxatives, all Yerba Prima fiber and internal cleansing products can be used over a long period of time to ensure optimal health and regularity. With nearly 30 years dedicated to all-natural cleansing products, it's easy to see why Yerba Prima is a leader in the fiber and cleansing products category. Learn more at yerbaprima.com, YERBAPRIMA.com, or visit your local health retailer. Yerba Prima, pioneer in internal cleansing products.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Natural Factors, where great health begins. Right Way Nutrition. Nutrition the right way. Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless. Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Country Life, a leader and authority in natural health and nutrition. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Great to be with you. Hope you're having a good day. And Tracy Kreider is my guest. And by the way, again, I want to welcome WFHR in Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin. I'll bet they're not sunbathing there today. I don't know what the weather is. If I had to guess, it's probably a bit nippy up there. And Tracy Kreider's been my guest. Welcome, folks. I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad to be there with you. And Tracy, you'll come to know. Tracy appears regularly on my show, and you'll see that she's well-informed, guest, good background, good training, travels around the country giving lectures and talks. She may even been up in your neck of the woods. I don't know. But she is an educator for Country Life Vitamins. Tracy, have you ever been to Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin?
I have been. I've actually been to I've been to every state except for Mississippi.
Have you been? But there's a town, Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin. I think it has about 20,000 people in it. Somebody can check me on that.
I don't know if I've been to that particular city. No.
Mm-hmm. You've been up in Wisconsin, though.
I have been, yeah.
Yeah. Did you try out the cheese?
Have I bought cheese?
Have you tried the cheese when you were up there?
I probably did. And just so that you know, I wanted to find out what the temperature was. It's -3.
Wow.
In Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin, it is -3 degrees.
Well, there are probably a lot of people indoors today, and if they're listening, if they have the radio on, maybe they'll find their way to the show. I don't know.
Let's hope.
Let's hope. And again, welcome to Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin. We're delighted to be in your neck of the woods. You have any? You usually listen while you're waiting to come on to what I'm reporting on. Did I report on anything that piqued your interest?
Absolutely. The number one thing, I'm in trouble. I'm in big trouble because I am a sleeper.
How many hours? How many are you sleeping?
I'm beyond that 8 hours. I'm a 9 hour, sometimes 10 or 11 hours if I can get it in. I'm like a hibernator. I like to sleep, so I don't get that much sleep. You know, I can't sleep 10 hours every night, but there are often times that at least one time during the 7-day period of a week, I will definitely sleep 9 to 10 hours.
Well, is that because you're sleep deprived?
I would say sometimes, yes. Obviously, with the travel schedule, it can be a little bit difficult. But I don't do well. As you said, you know, there's certain people who say that they can handle. In fact, I just talked to somebody yesterday. He says, I sleep about 5 hours a day, and or 5 hours a night, and I can't even function.
I can't do it.
My eyes would be burning when I wake up in the morning.
I can't do that.
So that was very interesting. That if you sleep over 8 hours, you said that it's you have more of a risk for stroke. But yet less as well. It's kind of that fine line. It seemed like you had to get 7 hours, you know, and always stick to 7 hours to be in the safe zone.
I can get by with 6. I'll do okay. I do better with 7. I do great with 8. That's how
I do really good with 8.
I get 8 hours. That's it, boy. I'm locked and loaded. I'm ready to go. 6, you know, it's a little. There's more effort, and a lot of my work is cerebral. You know, I have to read, I have to interpret, I got to report, I have to write, and your brain got to be sharp. And with 6, it takes just a little bit longer. I'm not as acute in my thinking, sharp. I can tell the difference, and I don't feel as good either. With 8 hours, man, I'm crisp, like a white starch shirt.
Well, I also think that a lot of these individuals who say that they have no problem or they get by, my first question to them is, how much caffeine do you do during the day? Because I really, truly think that they think they're getting by because they are sleeping, 5 to 6 hours, but then, they're having coffee, some, jacked up Starbucks, super grande, venti, whatever, with how much caffeine in it, and then perhaps going back and double dipping in the afternoon for some more caffeine.
On Saturday, to your point, on Saturdays, early in the morning, there's a Starbucks that I go to in my neck of the woods, and there's a place I go and I work in the corner, and I'm in there sometimes 5 or 6 hours working. I have my headset on, right? Do you know? I see people come in there 2 or 3 times, the same person. There's several of them. Wow. 2 or 3 times. At least one guy comes in 3 times during the time that I'm there working. 3 times. Another guy comes in twice. I get my coffee once in the morning and that's it. And you're right. They do double dip and triple dip.
Yeah, and that comes at such a severe price to the adrenals and just the whole body system. And then, you wonder, people don't sleep very much. Well, it's because caffeine has that. They say it's whatever you've consumed, it has a retention in the body of up to 10 hours later. About half of that, the residual of about half of what you consumed is still there.
Mm-hmm.
It has a very long-lasting effect.
It does.
But many
I like it. I like caffeine. It lights up my brain. I like the effect. All right, here's a quiz question. What is the food source where people in the United States get most of their antioxidants?
Ooh, chocolate.
Coffee. Coffee. It's coffee. Check me on that. See if I'm right about that.
I believe you.
It's coffee. That's where most people get most of their antioxidants from coffee. Coffee has great health benefits, but again, too much of a good thing is not a good thing, right? But
right.
Don't you have some sleep products at Country Life?
We do. Stress Shield Nighttime is one of my favorites.
It's
Actually,
a good one.
That's probably why I'm able to sleep as much as I do.
That's a good product, Stress Shield Nighttime. They also have Stress Shield Daytime.
We do. And very popular, and we have a lot of people. And the good thing about Stress Shield Daytime is it's not one of those that just kind of make you want to grab a Snuggie and hide in the corner. It actually gives your body this the ability to rejuvenate and restore and revitalize by helping with some depleted nutrients that happen during times of stress.
Mm-hmm. I suspect Tracy travels around the country all the time, has done it for years. This woman has given more lectures and talks than I don't know what. I don't even know if she can count them. Probably it's in the thousands. And I am certain when we come back, I want to talk to her about this. She's run into people that use and maybe abuse protein. It's very popular these days for people to stop by one of these smoothie shops and get a protein drink and whatnot. That having just a terrible time with my voice. But okay, but I'm just going to tell you, and Tracy's going to lay it out for you today, what these uses and abuses are. Protein's a wonderful thing. Got to get it in your body. But again, too much of a good thing can end up really, really having some consequences. We'll get into that.
Statements made during this broadcast regarding products or the claims made about specific products have not been evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Products and treatments discussed are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Make your physician aware of all nutritional supplements used and immediately notify your physician if you have any health concern or undiagnosed sign or symptom.
Get ready to get healthy. Get ready to get fit. Get ready to take charge of your health. Get ready to listen, learn, and live healthier because your health is your wealth. It's time for some information and inspiration. It's time to talk about health and nutrition. Nutrition for your body, for your mind, for your spirit. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition. Proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, supplementation for when you don't. Let's Talk Nutrition. Scientists, authors, nutrition specialists, personal trainers, holistic healers, experts in traditional, natural, and integrative medicine. Daily prizes and giveaways. Follow Dr. Garko on Twitter at Dr. Garko and on Facebook at facebook.com/Dr. Michael Garko. Now, welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition.
Great to be with you. Thanks for stopping by today. And my guest is Tracy Kreider in this portion of the show, and want to, right out of the blocks, welcome WFHR, Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin. I'm told that it's a -3 in your neck of the woods today. Well, I'm sorry. That's cold, man. But I know you folks are pretty accustomed to that. Maybe not. I don't know if you ever get used to that. But that's awfully cold. Below zero, anything below zero, please. But hopefully we'll try to warm it up a little bit in terms of health, wellness, and well-being, and maybe distract you a little bit from the cold weather. It is cold and flu season, by the way, and got to try to stay healthy during this period of time. I know some people that are pretty sick. Laid them out pretty good. 877-897-8255, 877-897-TALK. My guest is Tracy Kreider. She's an educator for Country Life Vitamins. It's very much in vogue these days to drink smoothies. Typically, a smoothie is a protein shake, usually. But then people will use vegetables and fruit, and they'll blend those in their either Vitamix or whatever blender they have, and they'll drink that kind of smoothie. And then sometimes they'll even add protein to that, which may be not a bad idea. Protein is good. You don't have to be a nutritionist to figure that out. On the other hand, too much protein, there can be some negative consequences. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the benefits of protein. But there's a study, this came out yesterday, from the University of Missouri at Columbia. And it deals with protein and breakfast habits. This is interesting. The researcher in the study compared young women who habitually skip breakfast to those young women who routinely eat breakfast, and found that their metabolic responses in the news release said to eating a high-protein breakfast were different. I'll explain. What they were talking about was the habitual people or women who skipped breakfast, these breakfast skippers, if you will. They had poor glucose control throughout the day when they consumed a high-protein breakfast. Whereas those who typically ate a high-carbohydrate breakfast had improved glucose control after they ate a high-protein breakfast. Let me repeat that. And I'm going to quote the press release. The habitual breakfast skippers experienced poorer glucose control throughout the day when they consumed a high-protein breakfast, whereas those who typically ate a high-carbohydrate breakfast had improved glucose control after they ate a high-protein breakfast. What are they doing? Having breakfast number 1 and breakfast number 2? What are they talking about? The researcher in the study, Dr. Heather Leedy, assistant professor at the MU Department of Nutrition and Exercise Physiology, said, current scientific evidence shows that sustained elevations in post-meal glucose is a strong contributor of poor glycemic control and is associated with an increased risk for development of type 2 diabetes and cardiovascular complications. That's why I keep saying on this show, you need to manage your blood glucose levels and keep glycemic levels in range. So what they were looking for in this, they're trying to identify these strategies, dietary strategies that will help manage these post-meal elevations in glucose. If you eat a breakfast that is constituted of what I call fast carbs, these high glycemic carbs, that gets turned into glucose right away, and blood insulin, your glucose and insulin levels spike. The body does not like that. For the study, the habitual breakfast skippers in this study, they ate a high carbohydrate breakfast, a high protein breakfast, or continued to skip breakfast consecutively for 3 days. So they had them do three things. They ate a high carbohydrate breakfast, a high protein breakfast, or continued to skip breakfast. The habitual breakfast consumers, they said, ate a high carbohydrate breakfast or a high protein breakfast consecutively for 4 days. On the fourth day of each pattern, the researchers then measured their blood glucose, blood sugar levels throughout the day. They found that the young women in the study, the young women's glucose responses to high protein versus high carbohydrate breakfast were influenced by their typical breakfast habits. For the habitual breakfast skippers, they said, eating a high protein breakfast led to elevated glucose throughout the day compared to skipping breakfast. This is counterintuitive. Whereas the standard high carbohydrate breakfast did not influence these responses. This is not what you would expect to find in this study. You wouldn't expect to find high post-meal glucose levels after eating a high-protein breakfast. Ms. Kreider, welcome back. What do you make of that?
I'm shaking my head and with that confused look on my face. I guess if you were able to see me in person, I'm glad you repeated it because it definitely is something is a real twist in what you would normally think.
They said among those who routinely ate breakfast, the high-protein breakfasts led to now, here's the catch. If you routinely eat breakfast, and you eat a high-protein breakfast, you're going to have reduced glucose levels throughout the day. If you do not eat breakfast routinely and then eat a high-protein breakfast, you have high glucose levels throughout the day. You see the point. There's something about the routine of eating, and I don't know what's up with that. This is a very confusing study in that regard. It seems almost counterintuitive. If you eat breakfast routinely, and then you eat a high-protein breakfast routinely, reduce glucose levels throughout the day. If you are a breakfast skipper and then decide to eat a high-protein breakfast, you run high glucose levels throughout the day. Does that moderate some of your confusion?
It does. It's interesting. Are you a breakfast eater?
My breakfast.
Shall I even ask?
You see, you're not supposed to embarrass the guest, the host. What's the matter with you? You should never embarrass the host. No, I can answer your question. My breakfast is a protein bar and a Starbucks triple grande non-fat cappuccino. That's my breakfast. That's what I start off with.
Okay.
That's it. No, I don't sit down.
I start off with I have a mixture. I take about 24 mason jars at the beginning of the week, and I fill them all up with 2 tablespoons of chia seeds and water, and I let them soak in my refrigerator. And then when I get up, I juice 2 lemons into that mixture. So it's been soaking now for at least a day or more, depending on what day I've chosen it. and I put a couple drops of stevia in there. So it's a good way to get fiber, protein, good alkalinity with the lemon juice, and I have that first thing in the morning. And then I have a cup of coffee with that, French pressed organic, and that way, it's getting me going.
Wait a second.
But I kind of start off.
Wait a minute. What's in that mason jar? Moonshine? That mason jars are made from moonshine and jelly. What are you putting in that mason jar?
Yeah, chia seeds and lemon juice.
And you have 24 of them?
No, I make 24 at the beginning of the week, so that
that's what I meant. You make 24 of them and you put them in the refrigerator.
Yep, and then every morning you just grab it out, and those chia seeds now have soaked.
Okay.
And they've started to make this congealed kind of...
Okay, we'll find out more about this.
Over the past 60 years, I have prescribed and been introduced to countless health therapies from around the world. I formulated Medi-C Plus, a natural remedy with high amounts of vitamin C and lysine for maintaining strong bones, cartilage, teeth, and gums, and aiding in collagen formation. Now in my 90s, Medi-C Plus is my insurance for the maintenance of good health. Make Medi-C Plus a part of your daily health routine too.
Available at health food stores and specialty pharmacies.
Such as alpha-lipoic acid.
Over the past 60 years, I have prescribed and been introduced to countless health therapies from around the world. I formulated Medi-C Plus, a natural remedy with high amounts of vitamin C and lysine for maintaining strong bones, cartilage, teeth, and gums, and aiding in collagen formation. Now in my 90s, Medi-C Plus is my insurance for the maintenance of good health. Make Medi-C Plus a part of your daily health routine too.
Available at health food stores and specialty pharmacies.
Premise in mind. Develop a line of premium omega-3 fish oil formulations that met or exceeded the market leader in quality. And then go beyond omega-3 by providing amplified benefits and value to the consumer. Oceans 3 contains ultra-pure, high-potency fish oil, along with astaxanthin and fucoxanthin. Each of these ingredients, when taken individually, have superb benefits. When they are combined into the exciting compound omega-xanthin, they work synergistically to amplify their already amazing benefits. In addition to the synergy of omega-xanthin, Oceans 3 offers unrivaled purity and greater value than the leading omega-3 fish oils available today, making the Oceans 3 family of products the best choice for anyone looking to add a healthy dose of omega-3 fats and a giant dose of extraordinary health to their lives.
Are you looking for a product that will aid weight loss both safely and naturally? That will stimulate your metabolism and reduce the absorption of fat from food? Then look no further than Right Way Nutrition. As featured on national daytime health shows, Right Way Nutrition is a premium dietary and nutritional supplement provider who believes the best form of encouragement is results. Right Way Nutrition aims to provide customers with the most superior and effective products available. Right Way Nutrition's 100% pure green coffee bean extract with Svetol does just that. While green coffee bean extract may not be new to the scene, Right Way Nutrition offers a new and improved formula of green coffee bean extract infused with their trademark ingredient Svetol, which is proven to be a vital ingredient for successful weight loss results. Right Way Nutrition provides you with a fast-acting, healthy, effective green coffee bean extract proven to naturally and safely aid weight loss. Your search for the perfect natural weight loss supplement is over. Right Way Nutrition's 100% pure green coffee bean extract with Svetol will help you reach all your weight loss goals.
Feel tired, lethargic, or irritable? Take solace. You're one of millions of Americans that has trouble falling asleep or staying asleep. In fact, according to a national survey, 54% of adults have trouble sleeping. So what can you do about it? Take Solace. Solace is an all-natural dietary supplement formulated to support healthy sleep and relaxation. Solace can help you fall asleep and stay asleep naturally. Formulated with all-natural ingredients, Solace is non-addictive and won't leave you feeling groggy in the morning. Take Solace an hour before bed and feel the calming effects of this extensively researched sleep and relaxation aid. For more information on Solace, call toll-free 877-533-7066 or visit takesolace.com. That's 877-533-7066 or take SOLUS.com. Look for Solace in your local health and nutrition store. Solace for a good night's rest naturally.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Now Foods. Our products work. Garden of Life, empowering extraordinary health. Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. Now introducing Zinnia for healthy hair, skin, and nails. Flexin, the joint health experts. Nordic Naturals, pure and great tasting omega oils. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Okay, use and abuse of protein. Just so listener understands and not confused by this study and my reporting on it, in this study, it was an interesting study. Here's what to look for. Your habits. Eating habits. If you have a breakfast habit and you eat high protein breakfast, you're in good shape. No worries. If you're a breakfast skipper, if that's your habit and you eat a high protein breakfast, you tend to run high glucose levels throughout the day. And they point out in the study that it takes some while to transition such that they eventually eating the high protein breakfast will not result in running high blood glucose levels later in the day. So that it's interesting. Even the protein gets, for the breakfast skippers, even the protein gets processed into glucose. It's interesting to me. I wouldn't have expected that, but so be it. Welcome back, Tracy.
Thank you.
So first, I want to mention right away, Country Life has gone out of its way to try to make, no pun intended, has gone out of its way to make a great whey protein product. In fact, it's called 100% whey. That product is phenomenal.
It is, and I know that you're something that you love. Our Bio-Chem line is quite popular. We're actually number one in the whey protein category in the natural products world. And so it's a whey protein isolate, has a great taste, and I think that's what has people coming back for more and more. Obviously, taste is one of the biggest things, but, you know, mixability is a big thing when it comes to protein. And as we know, the last thing we want to do is take more time to have to whip out a blender and create that smoothie. So the convenience of how Bio-Chem is able to be mixed is oftentimes what else has people coming back for more.
Yeah, and it comes in different flavors, right?
It does. Many different flavors. Of course, the chocolate, vanilla, and natural. Natural seems to be one that is easily mixed with many other things. I tend to add it to my oatmeal from time to time, and a variety of other things like muffins and those all-carb types of items. But berries in whey is very popular, as well as greens in whey. If you're a lover of those greens, having greens and whey together is a nice complement.
Yeah, I remember one day you mentioned adding the protein to your oat bran or your oatmeal, and I've been doing that from time to time. I also add extra fiber, and then I add a scoop of the vanilla 100% whey by the Bio-Chem product to my oatmeal. And it mixes.
Yeah, Bio-Chem also has an organic whey protein too for those searching for an organic whey. And you know, Bio-Chem was recently relaunched with a new logo, but also the fact that it's non-GMO, of course, certified gluten-free. That's Country Life, but soy-free as well. So soy-free and non-GMO, hormone-free, all the buzzwords that people want when it comes to a whey protein.
Yeah, and what's nice about that, you're right. Even when you open the can, you can see that it's not the product is not caked together, if you will. It doesn't look like cement mix.
No, you know, and that's the thing is we've done many demonstrations, you know, and I try to do that just with someone. I actually have a funnel that screws right onto any water bottle. And so you can just pour it right in the water bottle. I mean, not that that's something that you want to, that you need to do. But for me, who, traveling a lot, I know there's not going to be a whole lot of stuff that's at the airport. Sometimes I'm just pouring my protein powder into a water bottle. And but of course, if you're a smoothie maker, you could put it on in to the blender with, as you said, fiber I add my chia seeds and things like that. So you could add fiber, you could add your fruits and other elements to create a wonderful breakfast or midday snack.
Now, all that being said, do you think there is a risk for people to abuse protein?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I think, when we were discussing this morning, it was perfect. It's just a perfect topic because, as you said, there's so many people who think that this is a great thing, and it is, to have the convenience of making a protein smoothie. The problem is, for most of us, we really do get the proper intake of our daily protein with what we eat. The Institute of Medicine said on the average for women, 46 grams of protein, and for men, 56. And obviously that's going to vary with your activity levels and age and so forth. Mm-hmm. But for our intake daily, we really are getting an ample amount of protein. And when we start adding protein here and there, whether it's for breakfast or maybe some even do it again in the afternoon, there's a lot of complications that can happen and issues that occur in the body. And so that's with anything.
Let's talk.
People think that
let's
too
talk.
much of a good thing is not a good thing.
Let's talk about that. I've heard different recommendations as to how much protein a person should consume based on body weight. I've heard everything from 0.5 grams per pound of body weight to 0.8 grams to 1.3 or 4 gram and a half per pound of body weight. I hear different recommendations. Again, I'm interested in what your perspective on that is. So let me explain to the listener. Let's say you weigh 150 pounds. Okay? If you did take half of that, half of your weight, and it's 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, if you did 1 gram per pound of body weight, that would be 150 grams a day. That's a lot of protein. Wonder what the consequences would be.
Natural Factors
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Renew Life, the Digestive Care Company, Yerba Prima, pioneers in internal cleansing, Greens Plus, superfood for super health, Medi-C Plus, for heart health and more. New Chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition, however you may be listening, whatever you may be doing. And if you're watching the show, we're going to put something up on a screen. It's related to our topic. Here in Florida, in the sort of the Tampa Bay area region, there's a place called Plant City. And every year they have the Strawberry Festival. Now, my technical producers, Stephen, who's behind the glass, and then John, who's on the other side of the glass with me, who streams the show, are my resident experts in, how can I put this, processed fast foods and whatnot. They know a lot about these things. Stephen, though, has become far more educated and is practicing better nutritional habits than I've seen. After 10 years, I guess something has influenced him, but he does better.
My age, pushing 40.
Is that it? So put up on the screen, John, what they're serving that at the Strawberry Festival. What in God's name is that?
That is bacon that's wrapped in funnel cake dough with a maple dressing.
Where are the strawberries? This is a strawberry festival.
Yeah.
There's no strawberries. Is this Strawberry Festival just an excuse to promote this stuff?
Yep.
You would eat that?
Yep.
That looks obscene.
I'll take one for the team.
That looks obscene. I don't know, Tracy, do you have a computer on?
I do. I'm looking at it. It does look, much like what they were serving at the fair. I think the worst thing I saw at the fair was a hamburger in between two Krispy Kreme donuts.
That is the best thing on the whole wide world.
You've actually eaten that. I can't even believe that they sell, all the things they have there. I don't know who makes these things up. Fried butter was the one I thought, who eats butter that's not fried? I don't know who sits around and says, gee, I'm hankering for some butter. A fried butter. I don't know.
That's good.
I haven't seen these things before.
It was a hamburger between two Krispy Kreme donuts.
Yes.
I mean, so that's they said, well, I'm getting my protein.
And my carbs.
Your fat.
And John has a bunch of pictures. He'll get them. He went to the fair. I gave him a journalist. I couldn't go. I was going to go with him, and we were going to interview people and videotape it. I couldn't go.
Oh dear.
But he went and he took pictures, and he has them. He's going to show them here in a minute. You have them?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to find them. And we did last week. We showed some of the food fair at the fair. Honest to God, every nutritional sin known to humankind was there. He did not show a picture, though, of the hamburger between two Krispy Kreme donuts. Maybe he had enough shame not to do that.
Well, I think it would be an interesting show, Dr. Garko, that next year I would be interested to see. I mean, obviously you have two people there who participate in the fried bacon and whatever that was, funnel cake dough. But, see what people think about, what do you think this does?
I was going to do that. I want, as a journalist, a medical journalist, I wanted to go and interview people and ask them, when you're eating this, why do you eat it? What do you experience? Do you have any cognitive dissonance, or do you have any regret, food regret after eating it? Do you understand?
Do you have indigestion?
Yes.
I was going to do that, but that weekend I was just so overwhelmed I couldn't go.
Which one do you want to see, Doc?
Put one up. Put anything up. Any of those would be fair conversation. We're trying to get people to eat protein. This is not in the way you're supposed to get protein, John. Bacon with chocolate, chocolate-covered bacon. The bacon has some protein in it. My God, look at that. Look at that, chocolate-covered bacon. Would you eat that, Tracy? You answered yes. The answer is yes. You took too long.
I might try a bite.
Yes. Miss Tracy lives on the wild side.
Here we go. Fried mushrooms, fried green tomatoes, fried okra, fried avocado, fried green beans.
No, those would all be no for me.
My God. There you go. There's some protein. He's now showing an image, if you're watching the show, on a grill. Are those turkey legs?
Turkey legs.
Yeah, if you hit somebody in the head, you give them a concussion. Those things are huge. They don't look that big on the screen, but they're huge. They're giant.
9, 12 inches.
Yeah, and when I used to go to the fair, I'd see people walking around with one of those in their hand. You know, initially I thought it was a weapon.
Yeah, it's kind of like, the barbarian.
There you go, Tracy. There you go, Tracy. Would you eat that?
No.
You know what that is? Do you know what that is? You know what that's called? Tell her what it's called, John.
Cake.
Funnel cake. You knew.
Cake.
You knew. See, you know these things. I didn't know what that was.
And an elephant ear, I think.
There's strawberries. There's some chocolate-covered strawberries. I
have to make a confession, though.
What's that?
Okay, that back picture of the red velvet cake, funnel cake, I had a family member who bought that, and I did try it because I wanted to see.
And?
And I had 2 bites, and I thought it to be very greasy. It was kind of like I didn't taste the flavor of anything. I just tasted, there it is, the
grease,
the red funnel cake in the back.
Yeah, well, you know what? If I'm going to commit a nutritional sin, it's not going to be on that. What is that? That looks like some...
As a cinnamon roll with pecans on the top with a cream cheese icing.
For a family or for one person?
I ate that by myself.
You ate the whole thing by yourself?
Yes.
Did you pass out when you were done?
Did you pass out?
No, but I walked really fast across the yards.
So this is why you have to watch Let's Talk Nutrition. These pictures are priceless. I mean, this is food fair from the Florida Fair. And then how many people, John, when you were walking around that fair, out of every 10, how many were overweight or obese? Would you say?
Well, that's a good question because I would say 2 to 3 out of every 10.
That's just about right.
Yeah.
2/3 of the population, well, maybe more than that, 68% of the population, it should have been somewhere around 6. 6 people out of 10 would either be overweight or obese. Did you have a bunch of skinny people standing at those concession stands?
Yes.
Did you?
Yes.
And there was not an overweight or obese person in sight?
Oh, no, there was some.
Absolutely.
There was some that looked like they made up for everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty bad.
It's one thing to get protein. It's another thing to get it that way. Most of that stuff is nothing but pure grain, refined processed carbs with a lot of fat, sugar, and salt. Please, I would rather see you overeat protein, even though it's a strain on your kidneys, than eat that. Oh, my God.
I'll get some pictures from the Strawberry Festival for you.
All right. Yeah, see, I have a nationally syndicated health talk show, and I got nutritional sinners around me. You can't make it up.
Are you able to consume the recommended 6 to 8 servings of fresh fruits and vegetables in a day for optimal health and well-being? Who has time to prepare and eat that many servings? Now there is a way to consume 5 whole servings of fresh fruits and vegetables in an easy-to-mix drink. That's half of your daily recommended servings in one drink. Introducing Greens Plus Wild Berry Burst Powder, made up of 29 enzymatically alive whole foods, along with 7 antioxidant-rich berry extracts in a delicious powder form that you can easily mix into water or your favorite fruit juice. Greens Plus Wild Berry Burst contains sea vegetables, probiotics, organic grasses, and herbal extracts that help to support the immune system, provide increased energy, provide an alkaline pH, and cleanse and detoxify the body. No heat is used in the processing of Greens Plus Wild Berry Burst, so it is enzymatically alive, just like fresh fruits and vegetables. You can find Greens Plus Wild Berry Burst at your local health food store. Ask for it by name.
Did you know that doctors recommend omega-3 essential fatty acids for kids and grown-ups alike? Nordic Naturals, the #1 fish oil in the U.S., offers omega-3s for everyone. In fact, Nordic Naturals has one of the largest product portfolios in the world. Our best-selling Ultimate Omega is available in soft gels or liquid, both with a light, clean lemon flavor and no fishy aftertaste. This concentrated formula has been clinically shown to support heart health. For children, kids everywhere love Nordic Naturals Children's DHA, offered in great-tasting strawberry liquid or chewable soft gels. New Omega Boost is a creamy, delicious formulation of omega-3s. With its great mango taste and velvety smooth texture, Nordic Naturals Omega Boost is a great choice for the whole family. Nordic Naturals carefully manages every step of production of our omega-3 fish oils from boat to bottle, so you can count on Nordic Naturals to be exceptionally pure, fresh, and effective. Nordic Naturals for kids and grown-ups alike. Available at natural products retailers or online at nordicnaturals.com.
As a family-owned company since 1968, Now Foods has spent the last 46 years building a legacy in the natural health industry as a trusted leader. Now provides a comprehensive approach to wellness by offering more than 1,400 high-quality health foods, supplements, sports nutrition, and personal care products at an affordable price. Now believes that natural is better. They don't use artificial colors, flavors, or sweeteners, and they offer many vegetarian, organic, and gluten-free products. Their foods are all non-GMO. Since their beginning, Now has grown to become an award-winning leader in the natural health industry. But one thing has never changed: their commitment to providing the highest quality products at the best value to empower people to lead healthier lives. High quality doesn't have to mean high price. From essential oils to amino acids, multivitamins to natural sweeteners, Now has you covered. To find a store near you that carries Now products, or for more information, visit nowfoods.com. That's nowfoods.com.
Medi-C Plus. The C in Medi-C Plus stands for vitamin C, and the plus stands for lysine. Did you know vitamin C is arguably the most important water-soluble antioxidant in the human body? Or that we cannot produce vitamin C on our own like animals do? We need Medi-C Plus to meet our daily needs. Medi-C Plus provides the body with a high concentration of vitamin C and lysine, which work together to build collagen for optimal heart health. Dr. Gifford Jones, graduate of the Harvard Medical School, developed Medi-C Plus after his own heart attack 16 years ago. With the help of Medi-C Plus, Dr. Gifford Jones is now a healthy 91 years old. But Medi-C Plus is not just for heart health. Medi-C Plus also benefits your immune system, vision, promotes healthy skin, provides support for healthy teeth and gums, healthy joints, and much more. So make Medi-C Plus part of your daily routine and enjoy healthy living. Medi-C Plus at your local vitamin discount center and all fine health food stores. You can also order online at mymedi-c.com or call toll-free at 1-844-871-0069. When you're passionate about your health, that passion leads to the knowledge that exercise and a healthy diet are not always enough. Sometimes you need the extra nutritional boost that only supplements can provide. If you are looking for the leading national brands of vitamins, supplements, health and beauty, weight loss, or sports nutrition products, look no further than Vitamin Discount Center. Voted Best Independent Chain by Vitamin Retailer Magazine, Vitamin Discount Center has been a trusted and valuable nutrition resource to the Tampa Bay area for over 15 years. With daily savings up to 50%, Vitamin Discount Center offers the best prices on the highest quality nutritional supplements. Not only will you find unbeatable value, your visit includes access to a staff educated on the application of products to help equip you with the products and information you need to proactively improve your health. To locate the store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com, as well as access to articles on popular health topics, promotions, events, and thousands of products to shop from right at home. Your search for an affordable solution to better health is finally over. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Natural Factors, where great health begins. Right Way Nutrition. Nutrition the right way. Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless. Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Country Life, a leader and authority in natural health and nutrition. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. Protein. It helps preserve lean muscle mass. It is a macronutrient that's essential for our well-being, no question about that. As you age, during pregnancy, if you're an athlete, if you're a young child growing, you need protein. And there's different recommendations as to how much. Some say a half a gram of protein per pound of body weight. Some say 0.8. Some say 1.2. Depends. If you're an Olympic athlete, you're going to need more than a half a gram per pound of body weight, I suspect. So it depends on your age, your physical stature, your health status, and so on. And it's very popular these days for people to consume a lot of protein. Protein shakes and whatnot, very convenient. So you got the use and abuse. One of the abuses of protein is where protein shakes then become meal substitutes. Protein is only one of the macronutrients. There are two others. What about the vitamins and minerals that you need to be gleaned and gained from vegetables and fruit and so on? You can't be drinking protein shakes all day as meal substitutes and expect to maintain your nutritional status. That's an abuse of protein. Welcome back, Tracy.
Thank you.
I was reading an article. You know Dr. Joe McCullough? Do you happen to know him?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Dr. Joe's a good guy. He's been on the air for a long time. And he points out in an article I saw that he wrote that excess protein can fuel yeast growth. Have you ever heard that?
I have not. That's very interesting, but no, I have not heard that angle at all.
Me either. Yeah, and then he also talks about fueling cancer cell growth. Now
I had read.
Yeah, he talks about the yeast growth as promoting like Candida albicans. What about cancer growth? I mean, I've heard sugar, the research is pointed out in the literature how sugar, doctors will tell you when you have cancer that they want you to cut back on your consumption of sugar, right?
Absolutely.
But I didn't know about protein fueling cancer cell growth. I must admit, maybe I'm revealing my ignorance, but I am not familiar with that line of research. I thought maybe you might be.
No, I in my reading today, I did read through that, and I had briefly mentioned cancer. Obviously, many of the things that we know in terms of protein leading to issues with excess ammonia and taking in too much nitrogen, just the whole strain on the kidneys and the brain and things like that, which are typical knowledge for too much protein, and just in short had mentioned obviously about issues that could promote and lead to cancer.
And here's a myth associated with protein. Some people tend to believe, well, if I eat protein, I'm going to be okay. I don't have to worry about glucose. Here's a news bulletin for you. If you consume too much protein, such to the extent that your body cannot use it, it will turn it into glucose and then get stored as fat. Remember the study I just reported on, those breakfast skippers who typically don't eat breakfast? When they start to eat a high-protein breakfast, they have out of control or out of balance blood glucose levels throughout the day. The protein was getting turned into glucose for them. Interesting. So people don't realize that excess the myth is I can't gain weight on eating protein. Really?
Well, yeah. Think about the Atkins diet. People think that, you can eat all the protein that you want, and then what happened with, people who, continued on such a high protein with nothing else surrounding it. So obviously there's an upper limit to too much protein. Too much anything, obviously, it's going to have an issue. But, people tend to think we know carbohydrates are bad, so the healthier option is, certainly not fat, and not the fat that you were showing on the show today, that's for sure. But, it's all about that balance. Meat consumption has risen dramatically. Think about, meat used to be only for the rich. Very few people were able to consume the amount of meat that we do. And now, people think they have to have meat at every meal or every single day. And I'm glad to see people are coming out with meatless Mondays and salad Sundays and all these different types of things to try to get away from the huge consumption of meat.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention recommend somewhere between 40 to 70 grams of protein. That's sort of a general recommendation. 46 grams a day, they say, for women. These are adults now. And 56 grams a day for men. That's reasonable. I think if you're physically active or if you have a job that requires a lot of physical activity and, using of your muscles and whatnot, you probably need a little bit more. But I don't know. If you weigh 175 pounds and it's 1 gram, you're using 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, that's 175 grams of protein a day. I don't know if the average person needs 175 grams of protein, Tracy.
No, that's an enormous amount. And we have to think about the variety of sources that we're not even thinking that protein is in. So whether that's nuts or beans or, even vegetables and grains. There's many, many different types of sources of protein, not just, meat sources. And so it's not really hard to calculate that daily amount for most of us.
Right.
If we're eating balanced.
Right. Tom, real quick, you had a question about protein?
Yeah, I wanted to know if Country Life made just a regular protein, not an isolate, because my doctor, I have an integrative doctor. He said he recommended for me, because I'm in my 70s, that I do the regular protein.
Regular. Okay, let's find out.
It's better control for your glucose.
Okay, let's find out. Do you have a non-isolate protein?
Yes, actually our organic protein, the Bio-Chem whey protein, that's organic, is a whey protein concentrate. Real quick on the difference, the concentrate contains fat, cholesterol, and lactose, and the isolate contains no fat, no cholesterol, no lactose. So you prefer the concentrate.
So consider Bio-Chem. It's a subdivision of Country Life. They're protein products because your health is your wealth.
Still looking for your fountain of youth? It's Xenia. Look no further than the beauty aisle of your favorite health.